What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. And welcome. We got the Casta Cabana questions going down. Me and Hawk, we got some questions. We got some answers for you. So let's get right into it. Let's get that first question going.
Yeah, we can kick back, take a break, talk about some random stuff. All right, here we go. All right. DK Crew originally seeded 32 last split and made top 16. Which seed out of the top 16 do we think will make it in? Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a really interesting one. I need to think about my answer on that.
Out of the top 16 will make it in. Ooh.
Or out of the bottom 16 will make it in, I think.
Oh. Oh, bad. Is it?
Right, which team will Okay, I've got two answers. I don't know if you're ready.
Okay. Hit me. What do you think?
All right. So out of the bottom 16, it is just a typo. Bottom 16 teams, which team do I think will make it in? I got two answers. I think one, AOE Randoms just beat Supernova in the first round.
Ooh.
They're seated at number 20. They also made top 16 in the summer PGCQ number 1. I think this team is still very, very good and definitely need to be on the lookout for them to find those 3 wins, I would say, but also seated right below them. Here for T-shirt. I think they're a great team. Jeremy and Blossoms, that is a great bottom lane right there. And I love the team name too. I really want to see them do well. So I'm going to pick those two. Seeded number 22 and 21 and 20.
I feel that. I definitely agree with the AoE randoms. I would also love to see number 26 Big Duck Energy. I love that team so much, dude. I love just the design of the logo. Dude, it's Big Duck Energy, bro. Yeah, it's like it doesn't get better than that. It does not get better than that.
Oh, we got to do the logo tier list at some point. That would be that's a good one. But either way, give us the next slide. It's time. Okay, Fear went from underdogs to finalists. Which team do you think will continue to level up as the weeks go on? Okay, that's also a really good question. So, which team do we think from the bottom will make it in the first place? And then which of those teams that's in do we think will kind of continue to level up? Because, yeah, to sort of elaborate on this question more, Cincinnati Fear was a team that maybe didn't look as good as people expected in the open qualifier and in the first week of the group stage. It wasn't really until later on that they started smurfing, really, and they looked at that level that maybe people expected. So, okay. Once again, I need to ponder my answer here.
This sucks because I totally would have gone with Supernova just because I really want to see them succeed, because they were one of those teams where it was always kind of this joke that like, yeah, they really suck at transitioning early leads into wins. And then the game that I got to cast them as well, they showed up just like did a whole 180. Their game plan completely changed and they looked so good. Now I find out that they lose to the AoE randoms. That kind of sucks, but I really would want to see them regardless just get up there and just absolutely kill it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Supernova is a team that in the last tournament as well kind of like looked better over the course of time. So I can get behind that one. I think my answer, mine might be a little basic, but it's going to be EGP. I think this is a team that is so insanely talented, but they are sometimes dealing with the weaknesses of their inexperience. Yukino and Mia, very new in the competitive scene and very, very good players, but sometimes there are things that you just can't teach and you need to be around the block for. And that they unfortunately weren't able to get past Team Pending in the quarterfinals of the last tournament. And I think this time around, they're really vying to sort of ramp up and hit a top 4 for the first time this year for EGP. And I think this is a team that really has such a high ceiling. And I want to see them try to achieve it. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, got answers to that. Question number 3. Let's see what we got. Ooh, okay, 100X is the only team to go 5-0 in PGOQs this year. Do you think they'll be able to 5-0 again? See, I would say yes normally, but then there's this one, I was going to say one org, but it's not an org, called no org.
The orgless even, some may say. Yeah, this is really interesting to me because I think no org should contest them as well, but you have to remember no org is playing with subs. And now Cozy and Leo, again, like these guys are really good, and we just saw it in this last game. They are more than capable, and they are very comparable and at that high level PG level. So I'm not like necessarily worried for them, but just when I compare them to Darkwings and Sniper, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, part of me wonders if the loss of Viper and Viper and Fire just for the open qualifier will hurt them. I think 100x, I think they've got it on lock. We just got word from production that the match that we just casted between NoOrg and Anon was the second fastest game. Echo, you know what the fastest was?
I don't. Tell me.
It's 100x.
Oh, Lord.
100x up against AoE CV time.
Oh.
So clearly our top teams are firing on all cylinders so far.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I think if it wasn't for the substitution, not even trying to say that like they're not good and they're not showing up, but it really is when you're going up against the best of the best. These are some of those top prospects over on 100 Thieves Next, right? You really need to bring the heat, and so I think
is just they're so good.
They're cracked. They're just cracked. Like that's all you can really say to it. They are just busted out of their minds, and they've been busting through this entire competition. And so, you know what? I'm gonna go with you there. I think they have it on lock as well.
Yeah, but okay. Here's a follow up question to this. Do we? I guess we're assuming that no other team would take it off of 100x.
I don't think so.
It's either NoOrg or nobody else. You don't think so?
Exactly. I think it's NoOrg or nobody. That's how it's going to be.
I think I'm with you.
All right, then let's get the next question up in here. Who's your favorite player duo?
Oh, favorite player. There's a lot of duos. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Oh, I think I've got mine. I gotta like scroll through all the rosters. I don't want to like miss anyone. Like, I'm feeling pretty confident about mine.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
All right, hit me.
Ooh, okay. Before we answer the question, we just got word from production. For anyone keeping score, Large just upset CLG Faith in the first open qualifier match. Remember, CLG Faith, they started 0-2 in the first day in the last OQ and then ended up finishing 3-2. So maybe just running back the same strategy. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. But congratulations to Large for picking that one up. But to answer the question on our screen, who's my favorite player duo? It has got to be Robbie Bob and Kitsuo. These guys are super fun to watch. They look like they're having fun while they play the game. In particular, Kitsuo. I saw him live at the LCS studio in CLOL Finals.
Oh, that's sick.
Super animated player. Such a shot caller. And they've been playing together for a long time. So I think that's where I'm going to put my vote.
That's fair. For me personally, I'm a Supernova fanboy. I'm not gonna lie. I've been able to talk to a lot of their people, right? Sit in with them, and for me, it's definitely gonna be Tomato and Pluto, especially having them on during a cast as well. Getting to talk to them was just so much fun. They're such great people, and just they work really well together as a duo as well. So I got to give it to them.
Yeah, no, that's a great duo. Supernova, they've got a fun roster to watch. You know, they've had some mixed results so far this split, but they have been very electrifying, to say the least. So I'm a fan too. I can get behind Super. They're like the old guard of amateur. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That being said, next up, what do we got? Let's see. NoOrg dominated Spring Proving Grounds in 2021. Who do you think will be the first team to take a game off of these Giants?
Do OQs count? 100 Thieves Next. If they don't count, here's my bold prediction. Mm-hmm. Nobody.
You know what? I could probably get behind. Honestly, the more I think about that, I don't see anyone taking it. I would have said either 100 Thieves Next or maybe Cincinnati Fear. I would not. I could see a universe out of the huge multiverse there is to pick from. I could see one or two where Cincinnati Fear takes one from them.
Okay, I think that's interesting. You know, they definitely could. We've seen some crazy heroics from Sketch so far this tournament or this split, so definitely possible. I think that if we're not counting OQs, I think it is nobody. Don't get me wrong. I think 100x had to be seeded first because of how much success they've had this year. It would be ludicrous to not seed the reigning champs number one. But NoOrg being up there at number 2, despite having not played together in a year and a half, I think goes to show this team is pretty dang good. And so. Yeah, they are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I think if we're talking main stage, I think NoOrg maybe could just drop like a random game to their own fault. But when it comes to series wins, I see them going all the way.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Only time truly will tell. Let's get to the next one. Let's see what we got going for us. Oh, we got it. Finally, we got the question. Which of the new teams has the best logo?
Oh, that's perfect. Echo, I'll let you start. I think we already know the answer.
Yeah, it's Big Duck energy, baby. That's where it's at.
It is too clean. The duck. Put a duck on a logo.
There we go. There it is, man. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. That's so sick.
All right, I'm with you on Big Duck Energy. Just to be like a contrarian, I'll pick somebody else so we can get some extra flavors. And I think we had some discourse on this in the last tournament, but they're seated right next to each other. Jake's Kittens and Team Pending both go so hard for separate reasons.
That's true.
A kitten in sunglasses that is colored gold. Hey, that's a pretty sick logo. Yeah, that's awesome. And then I think there's something really awesome about literally just like the colon parentheses.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's hilarious. I don't know. When I know Ebrom, I think, put this up on like his Twitter. He clipped like the skybox shot of just the smiley face in the sky.
Yeah,
it was so funny. So.
It's literally like the meme as well, like where you got like the guy crying, right? He's wearing like the mask with the smiley face. That's like anyone that Team Pending beats, that's how they feel after that. It's like it is honestly, it's just sometimes less is more, and it is just so genius and so good to look at, honestly.
Oh, that was so fun. I was a big fan of that one.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we have that. Next question. Come on, keep it going. Keep hitting us. Let's see what we got. Who do you think has the most interesting team name this year?
Okay.
Oh no, name. I already know who it is for me. I have a feeling we might say the same.
I know who it is too. Okay, wait. Do we want to do it on 3?
Okay.
3, 2. Oh wait, that was what I was gonna say. 1. Yeah. Large.
Okay. No, we're not. Okay, for me, I was gonna say Team Ambition Sussy because I cannot believe that there's a.
That was your answer. I didn't think that was your answer.
Yes, totally. Because like, in what universe do we see like a team looking to move up the ranks called Team Ambition Sussy?
I think Smacks might come for you, Echo.
I know.
He had some opinions about that name on the reveal show. Oh, I thought you were going to say Big Duck Energy. I like how Hyper flashed up the logo and then neither of us said that.
That's true. Yeah. No, I mean, that is a good name too, but I don't know. It's just something about imagining one of the casters having to genuinely say Team Ambition Sussy or just making like some sussy joke. I feel so bad for them, honestly.
Yeah, we're such Zoomers here on the broadcast. Oh, no. It's, I just went with large because they're not like large something. They are just.
It's just large. Just large.
And I think that's hilarious. So.
That actually is good. I'm just noticing as well, there's Fugitive Gaming. That's actually such a good name too. Oh my god.
We've got some pretty interesting Soupy Time? Like,
yeah.
like, where do you people come up with these? Like, seriously.
Like, a whole room, all 5 players really just sat down. They went, what are we going to call it? Yeah, Soupy Time. That's good. I like that one.
Oh boy. And the funny thing too, there's Jake's Kittens as well. And this is not the first like Kittens team we've had in like high level amateur. Back in 2021 spring, there was an AoE team that ran under the name of Will's Kittens. So I don't know what's with these people and like having people's kittens.
Like the son of them.
But, yeah. But so when I saw Jake's Kittens, I was like, wait, I've seen that before.
Oh my god. Well, hey, that was a goated question right there. Let's get another one in. Let's see what we got. Which players are you looking to rise up on new teams? Ooh, okay.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay. On new teams.
I feel like saying Wixie is just a bit too easy just because like obviously, we really want to see him kind of not necessarily rise up because I mean, man's already goated. Like, don't get me wrong, he's already been putting up the numbers, but just the fact that of like what he's been talking about off the split, how he wants to show up, and he's been doing that exactly now in this game is so good to see. And honestly, I want to see him just knock it out of the park this whole split.
Yeah, more than fair. I think that's a great answer. We just saw him pop off on his new team in this last game. My answer is also an AD carry. Oh? It's Scary Jerry on Team Ambition. This guy was kind of bonkers in CLOL. Kind of hard carried Converse to the top 4, only dropping to Bay State in a 3-1 series. Played an absolutely insane tournament. I mean, seriously, Converse got kind of put on the map by how well Scary Jerry played. And obviously the whole team performed well, don't get me wrong. But this guy was definitely the carry, and I think deservedly so. Now on a high-level PG team, Scary Jerry, I don't know, could be a name. Also, just in general, that is a phenomenal player name. That brand of Scary Jerry is like, that's perfect. That's good.
It really is. It is goated indeed. Let's get another goated question in here, though. Production, hit us. What you got? What returning team? Okay, finally, we don't just talk about the new kids, man. I don't want to see them. It's the old dogs in here. What returning team are you excited to see come back?
I've got mine. Yeah, I think I've got mine here. I can go first.
Okay.
I am always just a sucker for watching AoE play. I think this team plays the game in such an interesting way. Watching Winnie just like jungle diff people is super entertaining. They are so aggressive every game. They always play with nothing held back, and I think that's just a fun play style to watch. And hey, they've made top 4 in every PGCQ so far. Not made a finals yet, though. Maybe this time, but I'm always just excited to see them.
Gonna have to get there, definitely.
Get the rift.
Yeah, definitely. Love to see it. I'm gonna say personally for me, it's gonna be DK Crew, just because like the whole you've got like this whole ramping arc. I feel like where it's like, yeah, they put in the 32nd seed, they make it all the way up to playoffs, and now they come back and they were given the respect that they deserve and get put into the 15th seed, and they already took a game. So it's just like it's just W after W after W, and I love it so much. And I want to see them get into that top 10 and just. If they could win it all, God, that can you imagine the memes that they're going to drop on their Twitter? Like, oh my lord!
That if DK Crew makes Proving Grounds, that would be pretty insane. They would have to probably make quarterfinals in this tournament to be able to get enough points. But hey, could happen.
Never know. Yeah, you never know. Let's see what do we got next here. Okay. Next question. Curious.
Oh, there we go.
We got hit. We went through them all. We zoomed straight through all of them. My God. Okay, there were some goated ones, and I'm not even gonna lie.
Those are fun. I liked the name question when we both thought we were gonna say the same thing and then didn't. Just like Hyper thought we'd say Big Duck Energy.
Yeah.
I said large, and you said Team Ambition Saucy. Anyway. Oh,
I can't get over that name.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to a quick break before the second round of matches does start. But don't go anywhere. It's going to be an awesome time here on the Academy stream. Be sure to check out Pat the LCS as well. We'll be right back. See you guys in a minute.
Welcome back, everybody. As you already saw, we've got dare I say, another banger about to come up here. If you didn't think that the rosters were stacked already, we've got 2 very strong heavy hitters about to come up. We've got Maryville University and Taco Game about to go head to head. Any initial thoughts real quick?
All I know is that this one is sure to be a good one. Taco and Maryville are 2 teams that have had a lot of success so far this year, but just happened to run into the 2 finalists in the quarterfinal. Or no, Maryville didn't even make it to the quarterfinals. In the group stage, they had the misfortune of running into fear in the group stage. Taco, 100x in the quarterfinals, and it's sure to be a good scrap.
Definitely. But before we can move forward, we got to go back real quick and hit up our boy Smacks with the PG pod. A recap real quick of this last game. Take it away, Smacks.
What's up, Unified? We over here on Proving Grounds Pod just watched 100 Thieves next take down 300, and yes, they did win that game. It didn't quite look like they were going to in the mid game after some really solid plays from specifically Raheen's Rakan and the rest of the squad following up on 300. Some really good team fights from them.
Yeah, I thought Perry played the Lethality Graves really well, and honestly, I mean, they controlled the game. They got Mountain Soul. It was just one Elder fight beforehand, mid lane. It was the first fight where the parent...
It's going right back to us. What's going on? And so as we get the right video set up, I was wondering, like what? When did they play 300? But hey, you never know how to see it. So regardless, we have a little bit of time before we get to check out the recap and get Smacks and Cubby's thoughts. So we can go back, honestly, just talking about the match that's about to come up. And we talked about how these rosters are pretty stacked. Never mind. You're going to have to wait because now we have the right video. So let's send it back over to that. We'll be right back.
Conflict versus FlyQuest.
Yeah, probably both.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100 Thieves looks dominant. Looks like they're going to try to run it back again and win a second tournament as well.
About what we were expecting. You know, we're looking at some tougher competition, but 100 Thieves is a perfect game. Kind of what we were expecting, I think, in general from these guys coming off of winning the last CQ. So really exciting stuff. I think 100 Thieves next are still looking about as strong as they have. Kind of looking at the other teams, what they can put up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that quick recap. Yeah, indeed. Like, yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. That was that quick recap of the game that we didn't get a chance to see just yet. But if you did tune over to Path to LCS, you got a chance to see it. I know I'm going to be doing that after this. I know you probably should too. But regardless, let's keep moving on. Like we said, Maryville going against Taco Gaming. And looking at these rosters already, Hawk, please tell me why these teams are about to have a bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, and that is a great way to introduce that. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath because these teams like to fight early. Maryville, they are literally known. They tell people that their trademark is the Chinese LPL aggression. Jensen Go, the head coach, has instilled that in this team from day one of 2022 since being brought on. And I think that comes as no surprise when you've got strong laners like Niles and APA, and most importantly, Iconic, back after 2 years with the Golden Guardians organization to maybe reclaim his throne in Collegiate. But this jungle matchup, Echo, is sure to be a banger because staring him down is Thanos himself. It is City Witty, the man with the Kha'Zix that everybody fears.
There it is. Yep, there it is. Oh my god, if we get to see that in game,
beautiful.
that would be amazing, dude. I love that so much. That picture is just. I can't wait to see how they look to run into each other, butting heads, and overall, it's just gonna be a great time.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really interesting dynamic to watch because City Witty is a jungler that really likes to play for himself, and not in a bad way because he gets leads and then he will carry games. He is a true carry jungler. The picks that he can pull out, like the Kha'Zix, like the Kindred as well, another trademark of City Witty's, can just be so incredibly deadly, and he knows how to get leads on them. But Iconic, a jungler that likes to play aggressive and likes to play for his lanes and get leads there. So seeing if City Witty's able to sort of get that individual lead, or if Iconic will be able to get everybody else ahead and get into those team fights, that could be really deadly. I do want to draw our attention, though, to the other roster change, of course, and it is, of course, for Taco Gaming. Shochi now coming into the mid lane, was touted as somewhat of a Swiss Army knife on the AoE roster in the spring, made 2 semifinals appearances at the Circuit Qualifiers, made Proving Grounds, even took a series off of TSM Academy. Now coming back in the summer with Taco Gaming, I think this is a really great pickup for this roster.
Definitely. And I mean, talk about the mid lane as well. We got to look over at Maryville University. Their mid laner, who I'm known for mistaking with Appa from Avatar, but it's APA. I mean, my man is dangerous. He is dangerous. Have you seen his Victor, bro?
Oh yeah, dangerous. Yeah, he is dangerous. APA is very, very dangerous. The lane kingdom that he can put on is insane, and the team fighting is even more so. We're definitely looking at Maryville. They're going to want to use their teamwork to make the dream work with that LPL aggression, but Taco Gaming, they've got strong laners, strong opposition in every single position, and they might just be able to shut them down and maybe get a little bit of a skill check in there, as well as we are, of course, underway with draft for game number 2.
Yeah, it all starts in the draft, and so let's get right into it as we're waiting for these first couple of bans coming out. I gotta ask, obviously, we talked about how Maryville is one of this team, right? They've got that LPL style where they want to get in there early, fight hard. Any particular picks you expect to come out from them, especially with the way that the meta has been evolving right now?
Yeah, a lot of teams still picking Lee Sin. I don't personally like it that much, actually, but it is still in the meta, and it's definitely like a kind of iconic champion. It was an auto-orange champion too. I could definitely see this one getting pulled out there for the jungle. And also, I like the matchup into things like the Kha'Zix and even the Kindred, because you're just able to fight them early so effectively while having more gank pressure. And I think there's a reason Lee Sin is the king of the early game jungle. It could come out. It might not be what Maryville's looking for, though, because although they are that LPL aggression style team, they like to fight you early. They don't have to get ahead early to win games. We have seen them play slower. We have seen them win team fights. They are, at the end of the day, a very well-rounded team. So we want to see a little bit more early to mid-game focus from them, but I'm not necessarily expecting them to either get ahead or lose, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, absolutely. As we already talked about, right, that City Witty. Kindred taken off the board already, followed as well by a lot of ADC focus actually coming out here from Maryville, taking both Callista and Draven off the board. Kind of feeling like they watched our last season series almost. It's strange, but those two being taken off, followed by the Seraphine and the Belveth. Actually, don't want to see that one on the Rift either. Respectable. I respect that.
You know, I just realized we are on 12-12. Belveth is enabled. We completely neglected to mention that last game. It didn't matter because she wasn't here. But yeah, Belveth is here. Just got nerfed, actually, on the most recent patch because she was starting to perform really well. Interesting seeing Belveth be removed. I don't really think she's a meta-defining force. More so just sort of an unknown factor. And with Maryville's priority around Rift Herald, I actually kind of like the Belveth ban because of how well she synergizes with those Herald pushes, can usually get 2 towers for the price of 1 and really inject a lot of gold into your team. But that does mean Lucian is left up for Azog, and already we're seeing a champion that's good in the early to mid game and is extremely strong in the current meta.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Taco Gaming looking to take off the Yuumi here, giving the zoomies over to Gorica with Rovix piloting her as we wait for that second pick as well. Curious to see who they're looking to lock in here as well. Really taking their time here, thinking about it. It's going to be Graves being hovered. There we go. Going to get locked in. Once again, most likely, I would be very surprised if we don't see Citywitty piloting this in the jungle, but you never know. Maybe they send it top or mid. A lot of flex potential in that itself.
Yeah, it is technically a flex coming through here for Lawrence. Another new addition I forgot to mention, coming off of DK Crew, now on Taco Gaming. I would expect, though, that is, as you mentioned, Citywitty's Graves. It is another one of those carry-oriented junglers, and I like it with the Yuumi as well. Graves Yuumi really shores up some of the weaknesses of the Graves, namely the ability to not get instantly one-shot by AP champions and the ability to run people down. So having a Yuumi can help out with that. But that does mean, of course, you are giving over the Lucian Nami. And Yuumi into Lucian Nami is very, very scary. Because although Yuumi isn't bad in lane, it's not great either. So Rovix definitely choosing to sort of stare down the barrel of the smoking gun right here. As it's also going to be Wukong coming through for Iconic. Lots of power picks on the side for Maryville.
Yeah, definitely. And the Nami, no real surprise there, right? You pick the Lucian, you pick the Nami. Goes hand in hand per usual. No real surprise here from the side of Maryville as that third pick does come out. Now Taco Gaming actually looking to maybe pick up the Zeri here for this bot lane. This could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Zeri Yuumi, it's a really powerful combination, but man, this lane is about to be really explosive because, you know, to go in a little bit more why the Yuumi matchup against Lucian Nami can be scary, it's just Yuumi doesn't really have that much to protect her ADC in the all-in. Yes, the heal is nice for sustain, and you have poke to sort of be annoying. In those all-ins, when the electrocute's gonna proc and the pressy attack, that could be a huge chunk of damage, and Yuumi is bad in those situations. She wants to sit back a little bit more, just farm those Spell Thief stacks and sit with her AD carry, and with the shorter range AD carry as well, like Zeri, it makes it all the more dangerous stepping up to the Lucian Nami. So yeah, your team fight here, if you're Taco, is going to be absolutely insane. Gorica is set up to potentially carry this game, but Azog and Zyko, they have a very favorable lane matchup here. And with the Wukong, we were talking about Iconic coming back and maybe being able to play for his lanes. There's a lot of explosiveness down here. Maryville, they'll be able to counterpick at least one of their solo lanes here, assuming the Graves is going jungle. But Taco, I do think, looking at Shochi to get a favorable mid lane matchup, because I think you're really going to need some of that shove to help protect your bottom side of the map and this Graves in the early game.
Yeah, honestly, something I would really love to see, I thought we were going to get it this time around, would be that full AP Zeri mid, right? That Ultra Shock laser. Yeah, I mean, I have been almost 100 to 0 more times than I can count from an AP Zeri once he gets fed with that Luden's Tempest as well. So honestly, yeah, you never know. But what we do know are some of these bans that have been coming out. Meanwhile, while we were discussing things, we see that the Ahri and the Olaf being taken off the board by Taco Gaming. So do want to get some of that some of those mid picks as well as that jungle out of the way. And over on the side of Maryville, taking away the Veigar and the Azir. And okay, so it's not going to be the AP Zeri mid, but another Corki. And if it's anything like Leo's, I'd be worried.
Yeah, this is really interesting because Corki's a super strong champion in the game right now. And if you're looking to just straight up carry, this is the one to do it. But I was just talking about how I kind of wanted to see Shochi maybe be able to play for his bot lane and his jungle just a little bit more. And it feels like this is not a champion to do that. But we finally got it. APA picks the Xerath. So many people have been calling for this. It's been creeping into the meta as an answer to Corki. It can outrange that stupid Yordle and his little Ornithopter. And APA busting it out. This is a great lane matchup. And again, if you're looking to play 4 lanes here, if you're Maryville, this is an excellent pickup. I'm a huge fan of this pick.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna be interesting to see him pilot. Listen, the people asked, and he's answered. APA has answered your calls, your cries, and he's looking to pick that up. And we also see the Sejuani being grabbed here. So most likely going to be seeing Niles actually with that Wukong up in the top lane. Or no, Sedge top? Hey, who knows? I mean, I've seen weirder things.
I think it's Sedge top. That's what I'm going with for Niles. I think it's going to be the Sedge top up into the Ornn. So it's a tank matchup on the top side. And Taco Gaming, they have scaling out the wazoo here.
Yeah.
Yuumi paired up with triple ADCs and an Ornn. That is an absolutely insane team fight composition. You know, the zoomies on the Yuumi, it really rings true when Zarya is stacking up those ultimate stacks and just blitzing around a team fight with the chain lightning. But we have talked about volatility. We have talked about LPL aggression. It feels like Maryville got everything they wanted. They counterpicked the Corki. Safe top lane answer and lots of playmaking with a strong bottom lane down on the bottom side. I mean, APA, you know, another reason why the Xerath is so good is if you're able to get shoved, you don't even have to hard commit on the roam down to the bottom side. You just let your Lucian Nami go in, you pop the right of the arcane, and you snipe a kill from halfway across the map. All of a sudden, you're a very happy Xerath. So
no, definitely.
This is a scary composition for Maryville.
It is, and it's like even if you're in that bot lane, right, and you've got Iconic, he might just be hiding behind one of these walls, hops over invisible. Next thing you know, you're getting knocked up from the Cyclone 2 times in a row, and you're just gone. It's like when you look at Maryville, there is so much engaged potential, and honestly, it is so nice to see, right, the Glacial Prison that comes out from, I believe that's actually the wrong name, I'm tripping, doesn't matter though, coming out from the Sejuani, right, you've got the Cyclone as well from Iconic, and like you were saying, right, you've got the Arcane coming out from the Xerath. It's just going to be doing so much damage into more of a comp from Taco Gaming here, who really does kind of need to take their time, scale up, and get fed to do that damage.
For sure, for sure. And they will get there if the game goes long enough, right? And Yumi's so good at denying that engage. You mentioned the range on Maryville, and it is very substantial, but most of their damage has to come from up close, right? Like, they're really good at reaching you from a long way away, but to actually kill you, they need to get in. And so if Yumi's able to sort of keep those carries alive, you know, Graves can get very tanky, and Yuumi as well, having that healing, and then Ornn in front. If they're able to stymie that initial engage later on, their team fighting should be very threatening. What I'm really looking at in this early game is the man we've been talking so much about is City Witty in this jungle pathing. What's he going to do to shut down Iconic? Because right now, if I'm looking at these lanes, if I'm Iconic, I'm going bot. Just straight up, I'm going bot. There is going to be plays down there. You want to protect this 2v2. So if you're able to pat down that way, if you're City Witty, and maybe get a counter gank, or at least prevent the kill from going over, and try to help your bottom lane out on the wave state, that could definitely be very favorable. Graves, it does farm faster than the Wukong as well. So if the junglers are able to, if City Witty's able to keep Iconic at bay and not let him get any kills, the Graves should slowly start to get ahead, which will be favorable for this team as we kind of crest into the mid game.
Yeah, and I feel like positioning is also going to be so incredibly crucial, especially for Gorka. It's nice, though, it's definitely going to be a lot easier for him with that lightning crash, so that speed up those stacks that you get, as well as the zoomies coming out from Rovex if he does decide to be sitting on Gorka. Maybe he decides to go on to City Witty or even Shochi, you never know. But regardless, that's going to allow Gorka to have so much speed to just be pretty much just running circles around the whole team of Maryville once he starts getting some of that damage output.
For sure. And you know, I have talked a lot about the strength of the Maryville bottom lane, but I do want to say, after 6, Taco Gaming actually does have some threat here. Like, the burst that can come through with Zeri's ultimate and the bonus damage with those chain lightnings is actually very threatening, and the Yuumi ultimate as well can do quite a bit of work. Bring the Graves down, bring the Corki package down, maybe around a dragon fight. So that's not to say that, like, Taco Gaming shouldn't just get totally rinsed. It really is just like early levels, first clears. Is Maryville able to get anything? Because if they're able to find an early first blood, that's sort of really where this game could blow open. But either way, only time will tell. We are onto the Rift. It is Frog Watch here as we have Maryville up against Taco Gaming.
Let's go. Random little cat going through there as well. Okay, the 4th frog and the duck as well. You'll love to see it. They're ready. I'm ready. Hawk is ready. And we're about to get this game underway. Looking at the minimap, it's, oh my God, there's so many frogs. I never took the time to actually look for all of them.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed too. I knew there were a bunch of frogs, but I didn't know they were there. I didn't really know that they existed. You know what doesn't exist is a game for Niles on Sejuani so far in his career. Never has played it. It's only really been top meta for the last durability patch. So it's kind of new, but you like to see it getting busted out here in this game. Of course, we've got some different names. The way Truth Life is, of course, Niles, and then all those letters is going to be referred to as Lawrence, whereas Pistol Pete is Iconic, and then of course, if you look at the abbreviation APA for always plan ahead. Are you supposed to pronounce the D on that name?
I don't think so, because it's supposed to be like always plan ahead, and then it's like, oh wait, he didn't plan ahead, and that, so he gives himself that room for error, you know.
I hadn't thought about it that way. That's good.
Yeah. Rebel gave me that secret sauce. He was like, no, that's how it goes. I'm like, oh, got you. But yeah, I gotta say, bit of a Chad move actually from Niles to just pop out the Sejuani here first game as well, and showing no fear already. I'm very curious to see how he's gonna do.
Yeah. Echo, I'm bringing back joke hour. Are you ready for this one?
All right, hit me.
What's Wukong's favorite song?
I fear to ask, but tell
You
me.
spin me right round, baby, right
no,
round, like
get
a
him out,
record,
get him out of
baby,
here, production,
right.
get him out of here, man. I'm done. No, I'm not doing this anymore.
We've got about 5 minutes until the Wukong hits level 6 and starts spinning like a record, baby. Well, we'll have to see if that one comes true.
Okay, DMCA, I'm sorry. DMCA, stop.
Oh no, I'm gonna get blacklisted by production. I'm sorry. Oh no.
It's been fun. This is the last time we see Hawkscast. It's been good to know you. Yeah, we won't be seeing him anytime soon. But
Is that production pounding on my door right now? I think they're coming to drag me out of the studio.
oh my god. Okay, well, we neglected to talk a little bit about this early game right now. So already we're looking at this pathing. Are we surprised by any of this?
Actually, a little bit. The Graves pathing top. It's just a beef squad tank lane up here, and it doesn't look like City Witty's gonna go for a reverse on his clear either. So this is just straight up a bottom to top full clear for the Graves, and it's definitely the safest option. You're not risking getting invaded, which maybe is the read here if Iconic wanted to go for that. But it does mean that you are leaving your bot lane vulnerable to getting pushed in. We're already seeing a CS lead start to open up for Azog.
Yep.
Niles.
Oh, Niles definitely needs to be careful here. Is
Q?
tanky. Oh, that was a close one. Hit him with that thumbs up. But look at that City Witty hitting him with his own little thumbs up. Does get spotted out by the ward, though. Unfortunate. Was looking for something. You know, the one way to counter that beefy top tank, just get the HP down and then kill him.
Oh, he might be dead.
Oh, he might just look to do that. Indeed, Niles needs to run, but there's nowhere to go. And first blood going on over to Taco Gaming.
Yeah, it does mean that Gorka will be zoned off. They saw the Graves top side.
Oh, the flash coming out, though, from Gorka. The burn. It's not quite going to be enough. Rovex there as well to apply a little bit of pressure there. Who wins, Monkey or Cat? I would probably say Monkey, but Rovex, he's willing to take that gamble.
Yeah, are we talking like a house cat or like a lion? I mean, Yumi's definitely a house cat variety.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to take the monkey on that one every time, especially when he's like a sun god. But either way, I mean, yeah, that's the punish there. It is the bot lane getting opened up due to City Witty showing on the top side. Just notice that the Graves has Ghost, which I find very, very interesting. And speaking of not having Flash, Niles not having the Flash on the Sejuani, most of these Sejuani tops do go flashless as you have that Q to take you out of the CC, but it does mean when you get knocked up like that, there's not really any recourse. So good solo kill by Lawrence, and Niles disrespecting the damage a little bit gets punished.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta be careful here. No trading going on. Almost of them already almost at that level 6. What's nice to see, though, Iconic, we were talking about that aggression, and already they were sending it into that bot lane, right? Just trapping him in between those turrets. And speaking of aggression, my Niles, he's just looking for fight after fight. He does not care how low his health bar gets.
Yeah, see, that's how Sejuani wants to play the lane right there, and Lawrence does get a little bit of the snot beaten out of him. Uses that last refillable stack. He does actually still have a health advantage, and I think most of it's coming from that Bomby Cinder. He just straight up has like 300 more health than Niles right now to sort of just throw around. Ornn, that is one of the strengths of this champion, is you can build health for yourself, but we are seeing APA starting to show off some of the strengths of that Xerath. Nice stun. Yeah,
huge. Following that into the Arcano Pulse. Wow. Close, to say the least. Hitting them with that thumbs up once again. APA looking to establish some dominance in this mid lane.
Yeah, I just got kind of hyped right there because that was just like a sick read from APA. Just like throws the W off. I don't know if he was predicting the Valk or what, but Shochi just a little late on dodging the Q, ends up going into another spell anyway. Forced to back in TP. APA had already backed in TP'd, so it is just sort of like an equalization more than anything. Shochi not falling behind yet, but this only will get better for the Xerath as he gets more levels in Q and more AP under his belt. Lawrence is shadowing down here, but Maryville uses their bot pressure to take into their first objective.
Ooh, in comes the Oranhorn, though. We see actually a shocking orb. It's going to stun Shochi, and so they're not going to find enough damage to take out APA here. Drip flash for the drip.
Yeah, I don't think APA was going to die there, but he doesn't need it, Echo. He's just chilling in the mid lane. He's styling on him. He's planning ahead for when he's not going to have that key summoner spell. I don't know how that's going to work out for him, but that's what we're going with here.
Listen, man, he's just so he's just so six-head in that he already knows he doesn't even need flash this whole game. Not going to have to worry about his positioning. Is going to be so pristine that he doesn't even need
solidarity
flash.
with Niles and City Witty. He just wanted to be like everybody else. So
exactly.
He blew his flash.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't want to have that, so gets rid of that. Gonna have to see if that comes back to bite him at some point.
Yeah, and speaking of things maybe biting people, the lane is currently pushing away from Gorka and Rovex, and City Witty is just now starting his foe clear up to the top side. Iconic, fortunately, is on the top side as well, so no threat of a jungle gank right now, but the 2v2 threat could most certainly be there. We see Zyko and Azog positioned pretty aggressively on this wave. Gorka forced to respect it, and yeah, just like that, Azog and Zyko, they're going to resecure the push pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just wait in here and get that engagement going on. Very volatile bot lane so far, but regardless, they're not looking for anything just yet. Just as I say that, Azog looking to find some damage.
Ooh.
Wow, that was a burst if I've seen one.
Now that's a lot of damage right there, Echo. And Azog and Zyko, they're just continuing to stack this one up. I wonder if they want to stack up this Crash and then potentially roam on a Herald play. They have Iconic on the top side with level 6, and the Herald is just about to spawn, but with Zyko not moving, maybe it's not the call. And actually, Iconic just going to use lane priority to do the something. He's doing something up there. Yeah. I don't know.
Not sure what he's doing,
but
I'm sure we'll see at some point. Lawrence and Lawrence and Niles staring each other down per usual. City Witty clearing out that red. I'm gonna assume Iconic is grabbing himself that Herald right now. Yeah, it's not in the pit.
I figured. I didn't want to say it though and then be wrong, you know. So because I've gotten baited by that before. Sometimes they're just doing the scuttle crab, and it's like, how long did it take you to do whatever? But they do get the Herald, and that's Maryville using again. They're pushing lanes to get the first 2 neutral objectives of the game. Taco Gaming, they're actually ahead in gold, which bodes well for their team fight composition, but Maryville should at least be able to use these objectives to start forcing some fights pretty soon.
That aggression looking to come out sooner than later. We do see now all the bot laners hitting level 6 as well. And so with that tidal wave available, curious, actually, do they find that bubble?
Wait a minute.
We're going to look for something here, and there we go. Azog going to find one tidal wave soon to follow. Won't quite catch Gorka, though, so they're not going to go in and try and get that. But regardless, they do get themselves 1 kill into the hands of Azog.
Super clean from the bottom lane of Maryville. They're able to pick that one up. Now APA's going for one.
Shochi, ooh, very nice. Valkyrie, though, got him with the footwork, and it's going to skip that one there. Arcane Pulse not quite going to find its mark, and so Shochi gets to live another day.
Yeah, but Shochi just has no pressure in this lane. He's actually up 10 CS, but, I mean, APA with the blue buff can push this one in, and it's just about pressure. You know, you're not getting ahead in CS. Sure, you would like to have that lead, but it's what enabled your jungler to take the Rift Herald. You're investing in the future right here. And again, super clean from the bottom lane of Maryville. Just understanding that this is a favorable matchup for them. Taco Gaming, they picked into this for the scaling aspect, but that does mean you have to suffer the consequences early on. And Bubble lands onto that Yuumi. She's just so damn squishy, and with the Electrocute proc and the PTA, it's all too easy.
Yeah, respect to them, though, holding on to those sums, right? Not burning anything. They had that exhaust. Obviously, Robux could have maybe tried to do something there. But, you know, it's like, I'm going down here. We'll save it for another rainy day. Save it for when there's a better engagement.
Yeah, and the wave is slow pushing away from Gorka again. And look at where City Witty is. He's up on the top side, just continuing to full clear. And as mentioned, City Witty a little bit ahead of Iconic, but Spot Lane's really paying the price. But, okay, looks like Taco Gaming, they've got the good wards right there. They see Iconic. They back away. They're not going to fall prey to a gank.
Yeah, that would have been quite bad. Quite bad to say the least if they do end up getting fallen for that.
Subpar.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very suboptimal.
Yeah, but it's just going to be a stack into a Crash. Use this priority to get a dragon. Maryville, they've set up the play long in advance, and it's looking real good for them. They've got the line of wards in the river to boot. Wonder if Shochi actually picked up the package. Maybe gonna look for some sort of contest here. Lawrence has the teleport available, but it is not unleashed yet. No, it's just Shochi packaging for the prio. As Taco Gaming, I think they understand that they can't walk in the river.
Calling getting dropped as well. Not quite gonna find that damage onto Gorka to take the kill, but spawning the Rift Herald, making sure that there is nowhere for Gorka and Rovex to go as they look to push this turret before they probably start up that dragon. Meanwhile, Iconic and City Witty have clashed heads there in that jungle, and first turret is going to go down in this spot.
Yeah, Man, that's such a huge inflection of gold. Remember, investing in the future, we talked about it. Taco Gaming, they were 200 gold up earlier. Now they're down 2,000. Those turret plates with that first turret money, that's just so much. Now Taco, they're actually contesting in the river. It is 5-on-5 here, but remember, Shochi no package and actually took a lot of damage pushing in that mid wave, and it seems like that with Maryville just investing the cooldowns on the teleport, they are going to secure themselves the dragon. Now, Lawrence did have the teleport to make it back to top lane, so it's not a total loss for Taco, but Shochi, just be careful. Look for the stun.
Yep, APA looking to find something. Doesn't quite get that, though. Right in the icon. He's going to get dropped, and sidestep from Shochi. Maybe he can turn this thing around if he keeps it up. The Gatling gun doing a lot of damage, same as the missiles. Trying to find something, but
Iconic.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and back off as Iconic has shown himself there. But overall, Shochi showing that he's not letting himself get bullied out of this wave so quick.
Yeah, there it is. Shochi able to put on his dancing shoes. Dodging the stun is so important. If that one landed, it would have been really touch and go there for the Corki as the Rite of the Arcane came through, but instead, Shochi dodges everything and actually trades back very effectively. And now that allows City Witty to help him equalize the lane, maybe even get a kill.
Oh, that no way. Romix actually ends up getting it. The dash in from
City
City
didn't
Witty.
get an assist. Yeah, Robix just killed him with the final chapter. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think City Witty was barely not in range for the auto and didn't feel the need to commit the ulti, so worth, I guess.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
They'll take that. They'll take those. So overall, gonna go ahead and grab that with that final chapter. Azog, meanwhile, and Zyko both pivoting up into this top lane as well here. We do see that is there as well. They'll relieve a little bit of that pressure with Robex on him as well. Maybe they look for something here, but Zyko waiting, catch him out somehow, but gonna opt instead to fall back for now.
Yeah, there's nothing really to fight for on this top side. It seems like Maryville was just posturing to see if Lawrence maybe went for an overextension, but both teams, they're going to stare at each other angrily and just back off. And, you know, just to take a step back from this game, I know we talked a lot about, like, LPL aggression, Chinese aggression, and I know it looks like this hasn't been that explosive of a game, and it hasn't. It's only 1-2, but the aggression doesn't just necessarily mean fighting all the time. It means playing for early game and playing to get mid-game fights. And Maryville, by taking all these neutral objectives, they are putting Taco Gaming in a situation where they will eventually have to fight. So despite it not being aggression in the sense of kills, Maryville has definitely played a very aggro early game. They've had their pushing lanes. They've taken the objectives in Taco Gaming's face more or less, and it has netted them a modicum gold advantage, but a very good amount of pressure.
It's really all going to boil down to that first team fight where we really see a lot of those advantages actually stack up. Now, dare I say that all of Maryville is always planning ahead.
Ooh, yeah. They've got the biggest planner ahead in the mid lane right now. Has another blue buff. APA getting all of those blue buffs definitely feels pretty dang good. Looking like the pretty soon, at least, we'll be looking like the level 3 Xerath and Legends of Runeterra. And City Witty gets stunned up.
Yep, looking for something here. Final chapter getting it dropped as well. Oh my god, Shochi just gets absolutely obliterated. City Witty soon to follow as well.
Nice.
Down he go. Looking to be the 3-man, and there it is. The aggression pays off. Maryville grabs 3 and puts him in the dirt.
And there it is. Maryville finally finds their punish. Their composition just skirmishes better at this point in the game, and they're able to get a kill. Now, Lawrence needs to be careful. There's 3 members roaming up the river, but it seems like Herald will just be the take. Maryville, they find 3 in the mid lane.
Yeah, overall, a great engagement coming through. And there's that engagement that we were talking about, that possibilities of it. But let's get another look at it really quickly. All right, we see, right? We were talking about how we can see those members roaming in. City Witty with Rovix on him as well. Was hoping to find something to get stunned, though. And then Iconic with the Cyclone. The Tidal Wave follows up, too. And all that CC just means that there's nowhere for them to go. The Glacial Prison drop, too. And they get that 3-man very nicely. Don't even lose a single member.
That was a great Glacial Prison over the wall by Niles. Just hit City Witty right there. That most certainly secured them the last 2 kills. I think they might have been able to get them anyway, but it just made it a hell of a lot easier. It meant that they didn't have to dive the tower and risk dying. So really nicely played, and Shochi just got absolutely blasted by Iconic. You know, City Witty may be ahead of Iconic, or was ahead of Iconic based on farm, but Iconic had the Divine Sunder for that fight, I believe.
Ooh, Cullen getting dropped though from Azog. Bit of damage coming out. Could actually hit that bubble though, even with the lightning crash. You can't run fast if you get knocked up. Gorka though healing quite a bit here with the help of Rovix as well.
He's zooming.
He's zooming indeed, giving him the zoomies, and he's zooming himself, but it doesn't even matter. The denting blows come down. They just bust Gorka's skull open and take him out. Rovix stuck under this turret.
Oh
no, leave the cat alone, please. They're gonna send him right to the orphanage and down. goes Rovex as well.
Oh, Rovex, he gets put down under the top tower right there. That is really sad. Gorka gets dropped with flash up. I think it's another case of just not expecting the damage from Wukong. My lord, he's definitely playing the game like that one song that I'm not going to sing again for the sake of all the viewers. As remember, Final Chapter was invested in the mid lane in that previous fight, so Rovex not having that cooldown available is so impactful. And although Gorka has the zoomies online, he's not zoomy enough, and that Q auto from Iconic just gives him the bonk. And from this point, it's all too easy. Yuumi, the most diveable champion in the game, for sure. And with the passive, Niles can tank that tower for days. Now, Soul Point Shochi has the package online, but doesn't have his item spikes yet.
Yep, definitely looking for something here. You can see that. And they're looking to go in, actually, right away, sending everything they got, but they are still going to grab it, though. Cyclone getting thrown out as well for Lawrence. They're looking to run him down now. The rest of his team is being taken out of commission, and down he goes. Shochi is on the wrong side of the map right now, and he's about to get punished for it. So much CC, my man can't even touch his keyboard anymore. Down he goes, and Rovex soon to follow. That's gonna be an ace, and Maryville comes out on top.
And this is exactly what we were just talking about, Echo. It's about forcing Taco Gaming to fight when they're not ready, and Taco Gaming was not ready. Look at Shochi's items. Unstacked Muramana, and the Lost Chapter doesn't actually have the Ludens or the Leandries online yet. This Corki is just so weak, and the rest of his team isn't really there either. Maryville, they find their mid-game fight, and now they're up to an absolutely massive advantage. Niles on this Sejuani, after getting first blooded, has looked so good. Glacial Prison over the wall. That was just beautifully played from their side, and Maryville, they find a big fight win in the river, putting them firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, if they weren't in control before, they most certainly are now. Or Azog, excuse me, in the top lane here, looking to take out this tier 1 as well, and further open up all of the map for Maryville to roam around and control even more than they already did. They have to further the Empire. They're going to open that up, and now they are already in Taco Gaming's jungle. It's not safe to be outside anymore. Stay inside, gamer.
Yeah, Swain may not be in this game, but this is definitely looking like a Maryville Empire on the Rift. They take their last outer tower of the game. And remember, we were talking about coming into this game. These are two teams that kind of have something to prove after a disappointing first PGCQ this summer. You know, Taco Gaming was a team that had managed to make top 4s previously. Same with Maryville.
Yeah.
Neither of them were able to last time around. Lawrence getting jumped on, forced to flash away as he can do nothing but watch.
Oh, the bubble lands, though.
And they're not
there
done.
We go. City Witty goes down. A beautiful bubble coming out from Zyko. The Ornhorn gets dropped as well to try and buy him some time. Nothing really going to happen there, though. They do get a crash into that tier 3 as well, getting it lower and lower. Nothing that Gorik and Rovex can do but watch as it goes down. Have to flash to get away from Iconics as well. So overall, Maryville still in control, still dominating right now.
Yeah, Maryville looks like they took last OQ personally. They have come to play in this one, looking to make it back into the top 16. Already 1-0, looking to go 2-0. That's definitely where you want to start off the OQ, if I do say so myself. Only having to win 1 out of 3 games tomorrow to make it in, and then the rest being for seeding and championship points. Feels very good. This is a clean game 20 minutes in. 8,000 gold is the lead. And their composition, they are spiking now. Nearly 3 items on this Lucian. Once that Infinity Edge comes through, it might just be over. You can't even get a Scuttle Crown. Oh, no.
You do not get anything on this map. You have to run it through Iconic first. And he said, no, this Scuttle is mine. You may not have it, City Witty.
Yeah, I mean, man, Iconic, yeah. Unlucky for City Witty more than anything to not get that smite, but I feel like that just sums this up as Iconic is in pretty deep here.
Yeah, bit of a bad spot. So much damage coming up from the right of Arcane as well, and down he goes. That's one. The Psycho gets dropped with the calling as well. Looking to find Rovex. They get that. That's going to be 2. Can't quite get Lawrence, though, as he gets over that wall, so they'll settle for Gorka instead. Down goes Gorka, doing quite a bit of damage, but ultimately goes down. Shochi, though, if he gets over this wall, maybe he can find something. Gonna find that shutdown. Gonna find 2 as well. Shochi's like, let me do something here. Hit him with the 1-2. The TP from Lawrence as well to get to this back line. Doesn't quite know that Iconic is on the Raptors at the moment. So they're gonna look to find APA instead, but some footwork coming out is dodging so much.
No way.
There is no way he gets out of this one alive, right? No way.
No way.
No way he
No
gets
way.
out. No, take him down, please. I will
Okay.
cry. Okay. Doing quite a bit of damage, but ultimately does get taken on a Shochi with a very nice 3-man. He's like, I'm still in this. Don't count us out yet.
Oh my lord, if APA got out of there, I would have lost my freaking mind. Barely didn't have the flash available, and that is a huge injection of gold for Taco Gaming, and I think it's a 3 for 3 at the end of it all. And, you know, I said that Iconic's in pretty deep, but I forgot. Taco Gaming is always in deep when there's a Xerath on the enemy team, and, yeah, the Wukong spins to win in the middle of the team, helps pick up all 3 of these kills, but that's a lot of cooldowns burned, and Maryville, they're up the creek without a paddle, and Shochi picks up 3 kills, 2 of them being shutdowns. That is actually very impactful for the trajectory of this game. This Corki now all of a sudden just got very strong, and if we're looking towards these later game fights, I feel like if Taco Gaming can actually survive sort of this next Soul fight, they might actually be favored to win this game all of a sudden, because despite being down in gold, their composition will start to come online. It is a meager dip in that very large gold graph, but again, if you can get this dragon, all of a sudden, you might be in a decent spot.
Looking to start off here is going to be that 5-on-5, though. If Maryville can pick this up, that'll be absolutely huge for them. They can maybe even look to end. It wouldn't surprise me if they do, but Shochi doing his best to try and just poke something out. Not quite connecting with targets, though, but APA he's doing a lot of damage to Shochi, forcing Robix to pop those heals over and over and over to keep Shochi available to fight. Does have that package, just waiting for that opportune moment to send it. They're looking to go in.
Just zoning.
Yep, zoning indeed. The aura gets dropped. Maybe they find one. Won't quite get it all. It was the clone. You got baited. And Lawrence is taking so much. Will not quite go down. Actually, still standing up. They go
He's
one for one.
alive!
How is this man still alive? He takes so much. Right at the arcane,
One,
though, gets
two,
dropped. 1 hits, 2 hits, 3, not quite. There we go.
four.
They find him. The sniper from downtown taking him out. And now they're going to keep it moving. Lawrence finally goes down and eats the dirt. Gorka soon to follow. Robix hops in front. He's like, run, brother, I'll protect you. But it doesn't even matter. Your sacrifice is in vain. Because down he goes, and down goes all of Taco Gaming.
It is a long and drawn-out slobber knocker in the river, but Maryville ultimately prevails. It's APA with the Xerath counter pick on the Corki, doing the damage over the top. My lord, I said if Taco Gaming could survive the Soul fight, they might be in a favorable spot, but they just couldn't. Maryville was too far ahead, and they're looking to even start the Baron. Now, Taco Gaming is alive, and Lawrence has actually exchanged for the smite on the spellbook. They know this is happening. This is very risky.
Gonna have to do something here. They're running out of time. 3k health, 2k health. Can they find the steal? They won't quite get it. And oh my god, City Witty will lose his life for it. A couple of low health bars on Maryville, but Shochi knows that there is no universe where he can get in there and try and find a pick there. This is feeling like Halo right now. The objective really is just survive.
For sure. I mean, it was a valiant attempt by City Witty for sure. There's not really anything else you can do in this game. It feels like Infernal Soul and Baron now online. Sure, you get an objective bounty off of mid tower, but down 9,000 gold against a team that is basically universally on 3 items right now is so insanely scary. Now, Niles can maybe look for the Glacial Prison. That's so much damage!
Oh my god, that must have hurt. Shochi is just zigzagging across the map to escape the right of the arcane, and I don't think that Lawrence is going to be falling. Never mind, he's taking up, so get out of there. But my god, APA doing so much damage already.
Yeah, Shochi just got half health. That's the second tactical nuke we've seen of the day, I would say, Echo. This time around, it's not the Corki that's doing it. In fact, it's being done to the Corki, but APA, man, looking pretty damn strong as Gorka at least picks up an objective bounty. It's some gold taken back. City Witty trying to hold this wave, but you need to be careful. Iconic on the flank. Seems like Taco Gaming, they want to try to rely on their Corki wave clear to get gold onto their AD carry. I kind of like this call. You just accept that your outer towers are going to go down and that you just need to hit your item spikes. But Oh boy, it's hard to defend against that.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh my god. The Arcano Pulse does so much damage to Shochi. It's going to force him to back off. APA is hitting like a truck. And we did see Gorka was in that top lane, right, looking to split push that wave, try and relieve some of the pressure that is not having that tier 3 in the top lane so that they can really focus on stopping this push in the bot lane. But that empowered cannon minion is just slowly but surely draining the HP bar of that turret. And if this goes on any longer, it is eventually going to go down. They're looking to find something here. Tidal Wave is also looking to fly in here. Can they get those picks?
They're
sending a lot onto Lawrence. They actually look to disengage because they might have bit off more than they could chew. Azog with the calling is going to find themselves one pick. They find the turret as well. If they can find this damage, there we go. Double kill going out. Gorka needs to flash to get away from the Arcano Pulse, but Azog is looking to go in. Triple kill. Give him the quad, baby. There we go. Getting those 4-man. Needs one more kill here. If he can find that, that'll be the pentaform. Come on. Get it to him, baby.
Stole it.
One more laner. Oh, not quite. Gonna find it, though. Instead, they'll look to find these turrets, and Shochi can do nothing but watch as that turret goes down. Needs to mount a final defensive here if he wants to stay alive in this tournament. It's not looking too likely, though. So much damage coming out, and with that, Maryville are gonna go ahead and take this game.
Maryville looking exceptional, I'll say, in game number 2 here on the Academy stream. They got an early lead and they never let it go. Yeah, it looked even for a while, but the pressure was in favor of Maryville, and in no small reason because of that Xerath. No scripts required for APA. My God, that Xerath damage was nutty. I said he looked like the Ascended Xerath from LOR, and feeling pretty good about that statement.
Definitely. I mean, my man, APA really planned out the entire day. Like, he was like, we got this, yo, and then we get into this game. I'm just going to destroy them. Watch me, boys. And he did that. An amazing performance coming out from him. Same, though, from the bot lane as well. Same from the top. Overall, it was just very solid on all fronts coming out from Maryville.
Yeah, it truly was. What an absolutely sublime performance. Like, look at that. The gold, it looked so even again. But Maryville, they took all of the neutral objectives, and where we see that first massive spike there in the gold is one of those early to mid-game sort of fights that Maryville forced because Taco Gaming had to contest them, and it's because of those early neutrals. So very well done to Maryville. APA, again, I want to draw attention to that damage. That is illegal.
Oh my God.
That should be illegal.
35k damage. And I mean, right there, I mean, yeah, no scripts required, right? Ascended for a reason. I mean, we saw that, right? It was like one single right of the arcane already with half health Shochi, even when he had Rovik sitting on him. Like, you cannot go anywhere on the map. You literally have to be wearing like your most comfortable shoes, because if you don't have that footwork down, you're done and dusted.
Truly. And Shochi, I feel like, even played the lane pretty well.
That's true.
You know, like, was ahead in CS, and although he was getting chunked out, like, all things considered, like, Shochi showed his skills as a player in the lane despite the counter pick, but it is just later in the game. A wise man once said, the man with the longer stick wins. I don't think that was ever said, but that's what I'm saying. And Xerath had a longer stick in this game. He was able to poke from much further away, and this goes to show that you don't have to handshake the Corki lane. I love seeing that counter pick come out from APA, and I was saying I wanted to see Taco Gaming counter pick mid. Instead, they went for the safe Corki lane. Safe in air quotes, because APA punished it beautifully. Yeah,
no, absolutely amazingly done by him. And with that, that does wrap up day number 1. But we're not even close to the end, because tomorrow we have a bunch more matches coming for you. And so, well, also our other streamer, Pat, tells us we'll get to that in a minute. Real quick, of course, we have to thank our lovely sponsors for making this all possible. The one and only Atlantic, HyperX, and BenQ. Zoe, thank you so much for allowing us to see this, I mean, pristine gameplay, dare I say.
Yeah, truly was. I mean, the first game, we got to get a little taste of No Org coming back, and then in this game, two of some of our more tournament favorite type teams, probably most people would have them somewhere in the neighborhood of top 8, duking it out, and Maryville with a statement win again. Disappointed at not making quarterfinals in the last circuit qualifier. Clearly looking to change that this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we're looking to send it off here. We hear from Prods that Pat Delthea still has some action going on, so we'll probably send you guys on over there. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you guys next time. Stay tuned.